Am I the asshole for leaving after my fiancé handed me a pack of toothpicks as a gift? I've been engaged to my fiancé M37 for 6 months. He is a pediatrician and I work as a hairstylist. For this year's holidays I saved up for months and had a very difficult time buying my fiancé the gift he always wanted but never bothered to buy. I bought him a PS5 from a relative that cost plus money since I couldn't find it anywhere else. I can't tell you how much of a struggle that was. My fiancé recently opened a private practice with his colleagues and his financial situation is better than it used to be. This year he gifted his parents his old apartment, he didn't tell me about that, and gave his brother his old Mercedes after spending money on customization. He got busy a few days before Christmas and didn't ask what I wanted as a gift. I brought up the things that I might use and the possibility of getting them as a gift for this year. He was listening and understood what I was saying. At that point I thought that he got an idea. On Christmas Day the family came to celebrate with us. Everyone got their gifts and I saw that he got me a pack of toothpicks. He handed it to me and I was so confused I asked him and he said it was for me. His younger sister started laughing quietly like it was funny. I blinked in astonishment. Like, what is this? He acted like I was making it awkward. He looked serious and asked if I was going to accept it or whether he should just give it to his niece. I couldn't believe he just said that. I asked if he was serious and he insisted that I just take it and thanked me for the PS5 I got him and told me he loved me. At that point I lost it. I went to the bathroom while his family were giggling for some reason. And I felt so awful I almost cried. He knocked on the door and told me that he was just messing with me. That it was just a prank. And that it was his sister's idea. I lost it. I started yelling at him and the whole family gathered near the bathroom and watched when I was yelling at him and calling him an asshole for doing this to me. What's worse is that his sister recorded my reaction for the lulz so she could laugh about it later. I told him he was childish and insensitive. He argued that it was no big deal when he embarrassed me in front of his parents like that. We argued and then I left to my mom's house. He called me saying I overreacted and that he didn't think this would be my response. His mom berated me for ruining dinner and everyone's mood and causing a scene, during a phone call saying I upset my fiancé by leaving all of a sudden. My mom thought they were all in the wrong for being part of this and I had no idea what the joke was honestly. The next day he showed up with my actual gift and started apologizing to me saying it was his sister who came up with this idea. And used it as an excuse. This was not okay and I don't think anyone would be okay with this. Edit. To answer your question, his sister is 23. She's the youngest of 4. He's the oldest. I'm a plant lover and my gift was something to do with gardening. I grow a lot of plants in the backyard. It's what I love to do. Not the asshole, so he thinks it's a good thing to humiliate you in front of his family and his family thinks it's okay to humiliate you even more. Especially the sister for recording your reaction? Honestly, I'd throw his actual gift at him and take back the PS5 and say that's my Christmas gift to myself. Santa doesn't give presents to naughty people. I'd also tell him this shows you how much he respects you and how much his family respects you and you should rethink about being a part of his family. Not the asshole. His sister's ta. He's either an idiot for going along with this or he's an asshole too. Look, are you sure you want to be tied to a family that thinks this kind of thing is funny?
A funny joke is handing you a box of toothpicks and then when you ask if he's serious handing you the real gift. This was just mean and taken way too far. It also sounds like he really didn't have your back with his family at all. Not only did he not stop his sister from videotaping it, but when his family started talking about how this ruined the evening, it doesn't sound like he stood up and took responsibility for it, reminded them of their own actions that contributed to all of this, or was able to see your side of it at all. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. Fuck them all. Disgusting behavior. A total breach of your trust. Block him on all channels and change your locks.
Not the asshole. You should pretend to sell the PS5, or really sell it and get your money back. Replace it with a box of toothpicks. Tell him it was his sister's idea. Record his reaction.
Not the asshole. Not even close. He is cruel, and his family is cruel. You were right to leave as you did. He should have come to you with a groveling apology, confirmation that his sister deleted the video, and a plan to make things right. I'm sorry, but you deserve better than to be treated like this. I can't help but feel that they look down on you and that's why they think it is funny to make you uncomfortable. The joke is on them. They're classless.
I think the real story here is why you believed it. That speaks to me of underlying issues. If my husband did this to me, I wouldn't be upset at all because I would be waiting for the big reveal. I know he would never get me toothpicks as a standalone gift, so it would be all in good fun. You didn't know that. He has done or not done things in the past that make it so you believe him capable of giving his parents an apartment and you toothpicks. That's where the problem lies.
Not the asshole. He's a 37-year-old man acting like a 12-year-old. How old is his sister? I would have left too. I'd rethink the engagement as well. His sister was being childish and cruel and he just went along with it. He just showed you that he doesn't respect you and neither does his family. If my kids did something like that, and it wasn't appreciated, I'd have yelled at them.
Not the asshole. It smells like some kind of test, and I don't believe that people should be given bogus tests.
I'm going to be the odd man out and say Esh. Up until the point where you ran to the bathroom and started yelling and cursing him out after finding out it was a prank, you were fine. Completely reasonable to ask if he was serious and even understandable if you said, yeah, you should give it to your niece and then we can talk about your gift later, but once you found out it was a joke you basically had a grown woman temper tantrum yelling and cursing. I think a mature person would be able to at least brush that off and even laugh at the absurdity of the situation instead of flipping out. I'm not super materialistic though.
I disagree with a lot of people here. You are the asshole. Maybe I'm missing something, but you're about to marry this man and you think that he would seriously just get you a box of toothpicks and nothing else?
Esh, are you a child? Who throws a massive tantrum over a prank Christmas present? Grow up a bit.
You are the asshole. Looks like he's dodging a bullet. His sense of humor isn't the best but at least he tries. It makes sense that you were angry but you certainly overreacted. I wonder if he'll see this for the red flag that it is.
NTA. It was a stupid prank, and it's on him not his sister. He should sincerely apologize for doing it without blaming his sister for it. They're just salty that you didn't act the way they wanted to and are the Oz.
You are the asshole. You way overreacted. Also, you embased yourself in front of his family by acting the way you did. Do you not know him well enough to know he wouldn't have just gotten you toothpicks? You sound entitled and childish. Yes, you also ruined dinner. Even if he got you a shitty gift, you should have the dignity to accept it and speak to him later about it. Not throw a tantrum like a child. Edit, spelling.
I'm not even gonna make a judgment here, but I honestly would have realized that's not his actual present from you and it was a joke.
You are the asshole. Well, not asshole, you weren't malicious, but your fiancé handed you a gift that was a box of toothpicks, you opened it, there was a little giggle from the family, and you didn't figure it was a joke. You overreacted and screamed at your fiancé that he was an asshole. His mom was wrong to bring it up, but it probably did ruin dinner.
Esh. Honestly, he got you a good gift. Tried to pull a temporary, stupid prank that has no risk of injury, wasn't even his idea, and apologized after. I hate pranks, but in the grand scheme of things, I think this is what people mean when they say, nobody is perfect. He did something dumb, it wasn't funny, but ultimately this shouldn't be a relationship ender by any means for someone you love enough to marry, and honestly, I agree that you overreacted and that your reaction caused issues disproportional to the prank, but nobody is perfect.
You are the asshole. Lul, come on girl. You really have to chill. Prank gifts happen all the time. Do you really think that your fiancé would give you toothpicks? The gift in itself is a dead giveaway. You need to chill and learn how to take a joke. If the gift had some meaning to it that triggers past trauma, then of course not the asshole, but girl, you don't seem to have any based off of what you wrote and you just seem so incredibly sensitive. Your fiancé is right. You overreacted big time. The sister is deaf, immature and childish to be acting that way for a 23-yo, and your fiancé is an asshole for not stopping her. But take a second and please don't ruin your relationship over a prank, for God's sake.
Not the asshole. If someone I spent a load of money on for a brand new gaming system gave me toothpicks, I would be pissed. Can't believe he, a grown man, went along with what I'm hoping is his much younger sister's awful idea of a prank. Especially when no one tells you right away, and everyone is laughing at you. I'm so sorry. You need to have a discussion and tell him how it made you feel so he knows not to do something like this again. If he reacts poorly to that discussion, you may want to re-evaluate spending the rest of your life with him.
I think maybe everyone needs to stop taking themselves so damn seriously. Don't you guys joke with one another? Is there no fun in your relationship? Because I'd assume after being engaged for 6 months you'd know him well enough to know he was kidding. As if the snickering relatives weren't a giveaway. Maybe loosen up a little. Nobody wants to be with someone who's so uptight they have to think every move through to the nth degree and walk on eggshells afraid of your reaction. I dunno. I'm just saying if his sense of humor results in such a huge deal then perhaps you need to consider that before taking the next step in your relationship.
Not the asshole. Is he a little stupid with real-world stuff? 1. He embarrassed you in front of his family. Does he even think at all? 2. He got defensive and argued with you when you called him out while you were upset. 3. He passed the blame onto his sister, who sounds like a cow. 4. He let his mom go after you like you caused this while thing. 5. He finally apologized for real, while still deflecting blame. I'd probably put everything down on paper, talk about how it made you feel and ask him to really think about what he did, and how hurtful it all is. It might be a better idea to go right to couples counseling to be honest.
Not the asshole. Tell him you have another gift for him. Wrap your engagement ring and give it back to him. It's just a joke.
I personally think that it was a funny joke and I wouldn't be mad, but everyone has different views for things.
Info. How was the prank supposed to be funny? Seriously. Ask him.
Not the asshole. The sister has jealousy issues, and unfortunately your fiancé bought into it. Not sure if he's sincerely sorry or not, but the rest of the family is garbage for their reaction. If you marry him after this, know that this type of hazing or bullying behavior will continue. You are worth more and deserve better.
You are the asshole. I know I'm going against the grain. But it seems to me that it was a funny prank that you overreacted to. My man has, in all seriousness, gotten me some seriously weird gifts. But I said thank you and used the weird things he got me because I love him and don't want to hurt his feelings. I feel like if you love someone, you accept their gifts and say thanks no matter what. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. But I do think that is the reaction he was going for, the "ol' thanks 'cause I love ya" reaction, and then once he got that, he would pull out the gift. Maybe, if anything, his family was the asshole for laughing when your reaction went too far. You are the asshole. It was just a prank, yeesh. Where is your sense of humor?
Not the asshole. That was a cruel prank by a cruel selfish man and his family of origin. You deserve much better.
Not the asshole. How is this a joke or funny? He just humiliated you in front of his family. Is this someone you want to spend the rest of your life with? Get your PS5 back and let him marry his sister and mom. Everyone sucks here who falls for that. How can you think your gift is a box of toothpicks? Clearly there's something else going on that has nothing to do with toothpicks.
You are the asshole for not being able to hand a joke. Who can make pranks on you if not for your family, future family? It's clear that you can't integrate well into his family. Hope he realizes that and ends this now. Also, you need to realize that you made money the center point of your relationship and was expecting a high-priced gift. Please don't be greedy. Gold diggers usually have more patience.
No assholes here for the first half of the story. It sounds like the gag gift was in good humor. You also have every right to not think it was funny. It was a joke that didn't play. When he saw that it wasn't playing and it was not received as a fun joke, he should have pivoted and his family should have pivoted with him.
Not the asshole. He's an idiot and that's a mean-ass prank.
You are the asshole. You overreacted, by a lot, when he handed the box of toothpicks and said I love you. That was a cue. Nobody treats their girlfriend like this. The sheer absurdity of the situation of him just getting you a pack of toothpicks should have been a giveaway. It's absurd that you would even think that he actually got you toothpicks. You made a scene at the family dinner. You and the people saying that your boyfriend is an asshole need to grow a sense of humor. They are either trolling you, or they too lack a sense of humor. Go to your boyfriend and his family and apologize.
On my first Christmas at my partner's parents' place, he wrapped an empty box of what I desperately wanted and put it under the tree for me to open in front of his family. I opened the wrapping and was so excited, and he told me to open the box. I did. It was full of junk. He thought it was hilarious and videotaped my reaction. I was incredibly hurt and humiliated. I pretended to laugh along with him, but everyone realized it was at best a bad joke. He apologized profusely and gave me my real present the next morning at home, the same thing he pretended to give me. It's one thing to make a bad joke. It's another to double down on it and blame you for being upset. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Update when you break up with him.
Not the asshole. You need to have a serious convo about this with him. His sister is an asshole, and so was he for not defending you and making you his sister delete that video right away. You are the asshole. Jesus.
Not the asshole. You struggled to make the holiday special to get the gift for your fiancé, and he pranked you. The fact that you reacted and ruined their Christmas hopefully will stop them from considering this fun in the future. Unless you are someone who enjoys pranks, that was a really stupid thing for him to do.
Not the asshole. Think hard about whether this is a person and family you want to be around for the rest of your life. The prank was bad enough. Their reaction to you being upset, giggling and recording you, was even worse than the prank. Then his mom berates you for it. There's a nice glimpse of your future. These people are cruel. At least his sister, and likely his other family members that were there, have a problem with you. Whether because of your being in different economic statuses or for some other reason, they clearly don't respect you. Also, he's a complete moron to think being cruel to his fiancée in front of his family is funny. You can do better than this. Everyone sucks here. It was a prank. The whole point is to get a rise out of you. They laughed, so it could have been over right then. Relax.
It was not a good joke and it was not funny, but your reaction was extremely thin-skinned.
A cruel prank for a family of adults to pull on you. Twisted sense of humor. Really mean sister your fiancé has there. Think carefully about these people, realizing that just as you never saw this strange attempt at humor coming, there must be further surprises in store the longer you know them.
YTA learned to take a joke. Jesus. Everyone sucks here. The level of naivety to seriously think he was gifting you toothpicks when he gave his brother a Mercedes is beyond me. Of course it was a joke. It sounds like you two definitely don't know each other well enough to be engaged.
Not the asshole and sending you virtual hugs.
Not the asshole. He humiliated you in front of his family, egged on by his sister. The fact that he sees nothing wrong with it speaks volumes about the type of person he is. It's not a joke if everyone is laughing at your expense. I hope you leave him and find your happy elsewhere. It's obvious he doesn't respect you. Info: what was the real gift? Was it something he clearly had already bought, not just something he ran out and got once he realized you were upset? I'm leaning towards everyone sucks here because this is a terrible prank and they should have stopped once you got upset, but it should also have been obvious that this wasn't a real gift from him, especially if you knew he had been so generous with his family. There are so many other things to address if you bought him a PS5 and simultaneously believed he would get you toothpicks.
Not the asshole. Giving someone a box of toothpicks as a gift literally says, "You're an afterthought, so here's something I grabbed from the kitchen." His family going off on you and his refusal to acknowledge how hurtful his prank was shows a lot of bad character. You will always be the villain with these people no matter how cruel and rude they are to you.